rim shot. Hey, diggy diggy, rim shot. Hey, come on, rim shot. Hey, diggy diggy, rim shot. Hey, come on. This is giving me school presentation vibes. It's gonna be a while before I get used to this. Talking to a camera. Technically, I'm really all alone in this room, but I'm on the internet at the same time. 21st century, man. It's crazy. But, yeah. I decided to come on here and make my first video. Going at the premise of really just finding your wings, figuring out what makes you happy, and really focusing on that, because I feel like that's something that goes underlooked or doesn't get nearly enough attention it should. Happiness, and figuring out what makes you happy. Whether it's one thing, it's a couple things, if it's a collection of things, just finding that. And once you find it, go for it, you know? And after a lot of time of reflecting and thinking about it, sitting on this thought for a long time, like it's been months of me just really thinking about what makes me happy, and if what I'm doing at this present moment is making me happy, or if it's at my detriment or making me unhappy. You know, it's been on my mind, so I figure why not just vent to a camera one-on-one, just put this shit on the internet. Fuck it. I'm on my I don't give a fuck shit. But yeah, finding your wings. I feel like I can talk about this because I've gone through it myself. Even though I'm only currently 19 years old, just turned 19, what, 15, 16 days ago. But I've been out of high school for a year and going on a half now, a year and a half. And I'm really just reflecting on my situation of what I've gone through over this last year of officially being in adulthood, you know, and what have I accomplished, what have I achieved, and just looking back to times when I was in high school and what I did in high school, stuff like that. And after really sitting on it, thinking about it, I realized that a focal point of me being in high school was really just, I guess the best way to compare it would be being a sheep. I was really, really big, really stuck on the point of going with the flow. Whatever my friends were doing, I went with that. Whatever was going on in school, I went with that. I did the bare minimum. Didn't do any sports, wasn't in any clubs, any extracurricular activities. I wasn't working at the time. My main priorities throughout the day was get to school, do your homework, make sure you pass, you're not failing anything, and that's it. That's the type of shit I was on back then. I wasn't accomplishing anything. I didn't have any goals of going to college or nothing. I was just in that mindset of, oh, when I get out of high school, I'll be all right. I'll just figure shit out when the time comes, when we cross that bridge. When the bridge crumbs, we cross it, or however that analogy goes. But my point is, I wasn't worried about it. I just assumed that when I got out of high school, shit would just fall into line and everything would be okay. And I wasn't wrong, but that necessarily wasn't the case. And I realized after much reflection that if I would have spent at least a portion of my time trying to figure out what I want to do career-wise, and even if it wasn't solely on what I was trying to figure out career-wise, just putting myself out there, joining clubs, being in those extracurricular activities, what type of situation I could have been in now, what type of friendships, relationships I could have built. Shit, I could have joined chess club and I could have found a newfound love for the game of chess. But I will never know that now because I never opened up that door. I never took that opportunity. So I'm stuck. And that's just an example. It can lead to a lot of things. But what I'm trying to say is that I was very reserved and I was very closed off to the opportunity of trying to, find my wings. So I say all that reflection. Y'all probably don't care if anybody's even watching this video to begin with. No matter where you're at in life, if you're in elementary school, middle school, high school, if you just getting into adulthood like me, or if you're a grown ass man or woman, just adult in general, kids, auntie, grandma, grandpa, uncle, whatever. If you're at a point in your life where you're unhappy, you gotta figure out what you can do that will make you happy. Because it's just one of those questions that nobody else can answer for you but yourself. You have to figure out what you like to do, what you want to do, shit that gets you up in the morning, puts a smile on your face that you're going into your day, accomplishing A, B, and C. And you're willing to put your time and energy into these things. Because at the end of the day, it's worth it for you. It's not just, because I have to do it, because I have to survive, because I got bills to pay. That's okay. But I feel like life is, after a certain amount of time that shit gets old, life is much more bigger than that. It's a lot more broad than that. After a certain point, you're going to be thinking, I've done all of this, but for what? Just to get by? And if you're satisfied with that, teach its own. But I can't live that way. And that's just me. So it's just going back to the point of just finding your wings, man. If you're in high school, you're still in school in general, that means you have time. You don't have the pressure of, hey, I need to go to college, I need to go to the military, I need to figure out what I can do to put myself to the next level. So I can stand on my own 2 feet, so I can be an adult, so I can pay bills, so I can go out and get more freedom, so I can handle these responsibilities. If you're still in school, I'm assuming that there's still shit that's being covered for you. You still got food on your plate, roof over your head. There's a lot of necessities that are already being covered by your guardian. So that means you got a lot more time to figure out shit that can put you in a better position to when you are an adult and you do have to take care of these necessities that are already being taken care of you, you'll be prepared. And a big part of that is finding your wings. Figure it out. If I go back a year, 2, 3, 4, I would put myself in a position where I have the highest chance of finding what I love to do. Every extracurricular activity, every sport, every club, I would sign up for. Even if I had that impulse thought in my mind that said, hey, fishing club, I've never gone fishing in my life. Fishing has never been something I've wanted to do. But hey, it's something new. It's something I just might have an interest in. So let me go for it. Because one day, I might look back and I'll say, hey, if I never made that decision that one day to join fishing club, I would never be a pro fisherman or whatever. I would have never figured out that I love to fish. I love catching fish, bass, catfish, all that shit. So you never know, man. What's the worst thing that can happen for you? You try it, you go to a little meeting, they give you the rundown, the overview, and you figure out it's not for you. That's fine. Because at least you have the knowledge, the clarity that you don't like this. Now you can move on to the next thing. But if you're like me and you never go for it and you sit here reminiscing about, damn, I could have joined Fish Club, but I didn't, and now I'll never know if I like to fish. It's very dramatic. It sounds silly, but that shit's real. It's just an example, but that shit adds up. It adds up. And as long as you're still breathing air, you're still able to leave your home and go out and do what you want to do, you have time to find your wings, to figure out yourself, what makes you happy. And that's still something. I'm not trying to sound like I'm above everybody else that's going through this. This is still something I'm living by, and I'm trying to figure out every day. If you resonate with this, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm trying to figure out what makes me happy, what I enjoy doing the most, that puts a smile on my face, you know? So find your wings, so you can take off on these motherfuckers, and you can fly, so you won't have to worry about a plane ticket. Real ones will get that reference. But yeah, that's all I got today. It's my first YouTube video. If you're still here, that means you're somewhat interested on what the hell I got to say. You know? Shit, this might become a daily thing for me. It might become a weekly thing. I don't know. It's something new I'm trying. See if I'm interested in. If you fuck with me, man, you know, drop a comment. You ain't gotta like or subscribe, but I like reading comments. That's one of the best things I enjoy about YouTube, is reading everybody's feedback and perspectives and thoughts on certain shit. So drop a comment. You ain't gotta subscribe or like, but if you have something on your mind that you want to share, or you just trying to show love, man, type that comment, man. It'd be much appreciated. But yeah, that's all I got. If it's meant to be, I'll holler at y'all next time. Take care. Peace.